want to welcome you to another episode of Media from the Heart. My name is Ruth Hill and I'm your host. And this is one of those really quick podcast episodes because I'm doing a review. Now, I know I've been doing some reviews of some PureFlix films, and listen up, more of those are coming. But this is a very special review. It's a big book. It's a book called My Jesus, From Heartache to Hope by Ann Wilson. And I was not familiar with Ann Wilson at all before this. Never heard of her. I didn't know anything about her. But this particular book is powerful. I have been blown away by what I've read. I actually have been reading this book as my devotional time because it's just so well written. It's one of those books that you actually don't want to put down. Let me just tell you a little bit about some blurbs about this book so that you kind of know, what is this? In the bluegrass fields of Kentucky, Ann Wilson and her siblings, Jacob and Elizabeth, grew up in the security and love of their family and Jesus. Then when Jacob died in a car accident, Ann was thrust into a painful journey of grief and soul wrestling that led to God calling her to create songs that glorified Him. My Jesus weaves together Ann's personal story with an encouraging message to anyone longing for God to wipe away their tears. Discover the beauty that can emerge from suffering as you read Ann's story of growing closer to God, who always makes a way. I really believe that the reason that this book is speaking to me so much right now. A little over a month ago, my dad was put in hospice. He's at home. And so my mom and I are the ones taking care of him. My mom is really his full-time caregiver. And it's been hard. I'm not going to lie and say that it's an easy thing. It is very, very hard. And there's been a lot of emotion because we don't know how much longer he's going to have. But this story, you know what's going to happen, but you still have this idea of, well, everything seems great. He's young. What's going to happen? And it's just like, this happens so suddenly, and she thrusts you right into the middle of it. She has a way of really drawing you in, and you want to keep reading. That's why I say I could hardly put it down. So if you do make the decision to actually read the book, which I would highly recommend you guys do it, you're gonna find that this is one of these books that you just can't put down, and to watch God redirect her life. And she just writes authentically. I love when people write authentically. I don't want to sit there and read about how everything works out all right and I did this right and this right. She tells you what she did wrong. She tells you when she struggled. She's very open about it. And then you just see the way that God moved her in a different direction after the passing of her brother who she was really close to. So, this book, if you read the blog post and the show notes associated with this, you're going to have all the information that you need. There is a giveaway for this book as well. So please read that. Read the blog post, read the show notes so that you know what you're looking for. I would highly recommend that if you're looking for just a story that's going to touch your soul, really touch your heart, and give you hope when you are grieving, God knows what you're going through, and this book really points it out. So thank you guys for listening. It's been wonderful. I am so amazed to see how you guys have continued to support the podcast. I appreciate it more than you even realize. Be sure to subscribe, rate, review on Apple Podcasts, thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget, when I record most of these episodes, there's a Facebook group, and you are allowed to come on live with us as we record and ask people questions. So I hope you'll do that. Regardless, whatever you're going through today, I pray that you will sense God's presence in a very special way. Till next time, I will see you at another episode of Media from the Heart. God bless.